What's up? Peace, light, and love. I'm Priestess Shakesha Divine. I want to stop through because we got this Leo moon. And this Leo moon energy, baby, is absolutely in effect. Now, I know we done came off of all of that charge of energy that we got from the Super Bowl and everything. And please understand that there are no coincidences here up under the sun, right? So we saw that missile plane thing that went down in Philly, right? And then a lot of us out here in the spiritual community have been connecting with eagles and falcons and hawks and all of that, right? And so spirit was really kind of pointing to that at the end of the day. And then we saw all of the tragedy that went down in New Orleans and all of that other stuff, right? But then, you know, there's a lot of cats out here and they got some very interesting takes on that. I would suggest you take a look at all of that and everything and find those things that resonate with you. But I want to talk about this Leo moon, right, real quick, because all of this stuff is significant. Like I'm telling you, there are no such things as coincidences, right? And so this Leo moon energy is really encouraging us to really begin to step into our power, shine our light in a most auspicious way. Leo energy, it deals with heartfelt, heart-centered energy, right? And that full moon, when it came in today, it was at 24 degrees. Now, 24 degrees of Leo is third decan, right? And third decan of Leo has a lot of Aries, Mars type of energy, right? So when we think about that Mars energy and looking at the astrology and everything, right? We notice that Mars is in retrograde. It's in Cancer at this particular point in time, right? And Mars being in Cancer is all about, you know, us really being in this space of checking in on those things that's really charging us up emotionally and everything, right? This is an opportunity for us to really look at those things that's triggering us. Those things that we kind of been hiding and letting, you know, sit away by the wayside and we ain't dealing with them, even though it's really making us feel some type of way. You hear me? And so this is definitely an auspicious time for us to really begin checking in, making peace and getting real with that. Because also in astrology, 24 degrees also deals with the Cancerian vibration, right? There are no coincidences under the sun, family. And so with this particular time, it is an auspicious time for us to really begin checking in on our feelings and everything, right? Because Leo is heart space energy, right? And it allows us to really begin connecting to those things that we hold near and dear and true in our heart. This is an auspicious opportunity for us to be doing some work that's really going to help us in connecting to our heart chakra energy. One of the things that I like to do is deal with the ceremonial cacao, right? And with the ceremonial cacao, you can get you know, one of these little bags from Aura Cacao, whoever it is you deal with and everything, but get you some of that ceremonial cacao, because what that does is it helps to open up and elevate that heart chakra, that heart space energy and everything, which is a most auspicious and beneficial thing to do at this particular point in time. This is going to really help you to open up your heart to all of the possibilities you may have blocked off at this particular point in time, right? This is also a time for us to begin connecting with some of those spirit animals that's been coming through. Of course, we know this, the wolf moon, right? And so that wolf, when the wolf shows up, he's reminding us about the lessons that we've learned in life and taking that knowledge and turning it into wisdom. So this is a definite powerful time for us out here in these particular cosmic streets. But hold up, let's not stop it with that, right? Because there's a lot of animal totems that's been coming through, right? We got a lot of this cat energy, right? There's a lot of cats, they tapping into the Sekhmet and Bast energy and all of that, right? And another energy that always pops through for me is the goddess Oshun on this particular, on Leo moons, right? But this particular Leo moon, it really holds this auspicious energy, right? Because Leo is really all about us like tapping into that star player in us, getting into that childlike energy and everything, and aligning ourselves with those things that we really hold near and dear in our heart. It's going to be in our best interest for us to really be able to clear a lot of the emotional baggage that this Mars in retrograde is bringing to us, so that we can really get out here and shine our light so brightly. I'm loving this shit, no doubt, y'all. So anyway, I wanted to check in with that because along with the goddess Oshun, one of the spirit animal totems that's really been rocking with me this whole entire week is the peacock. When that peacock comes through, the peacock is reminding you about shining your light, right? And so this is one of those animal totems that the goddess Oshun is linked up with as well, right? And when she comes in, she's really all about this business of being in that heart space energy, right? Being open, showing love fearlessly, right? Showing love, being in the business of love fearlessly, right? Because that's heart space energy, right? Which is what Leo connects to, no doubt, right? She also encourages you to love yourself at the end of the day, because I hope you understand that that energy, it starts at home. And so connecting to the goddess Oshun, the peacock, the wolf, the cat energies, right, that's out here, no doubt, right, is really helping us in letting our light shine. That peacock is coming through in a big and powerful way, right, reminding us about shining our light. See, you got to understand that when you're doing something great, there's always going to be a tax with that. The tax with being great is hate. Understand this, right? And so with that, we got to really make sure that we're checking in, right? Because discernment is key at this particular point in time, right? And making sure that we ain't allowing a lot of naysayers, right? A lot of people who haven't yet found their light within, right? To tell us about how we need to dim our light in order for us to not be embarrassing or whatever in the hell it is. You know what I'm saying? That people like to say. Anyway, I wanted to really check in because this energy is so auspicious, right? So official at this particular point in time. We'll be amiss to not begin and tapping in. So the cacao ceremony is really going to help us to really begin opening up our heart and allowing a lot of wonderful and auspicious energies to come through and serve us in a most auspicious way. So I pulled some cards from that Light Seers Tarot deck, right? And the Knight of Cups came through, right? And when this Knight of Cups comes through, this is really tapping into, he came through, hold up, he came through in reverse. But when this Knight of Cups is coming through, this is all about that energy, about making sure that we going for the things that we love at the end of the day. But that energy, it being in reverse, which Spirit is showing me, is about how folks can show up at one point in time, like really being all up in this love energy and everything, right? Because their representative comes in showing this particular type of vibration, right? But then the Lover's card is coming through at the end of the day, and that came through in reverse as well, right? And so when that comes through, right, when we make these auspicious connections and they don't begin to work out and everything, Spirit is really getting us to check in with making sure that we in tune with the star player within ourselves. And so the Chariot card is coming through again, asking us to take the lead. It came in this way, so I'm checking in. What's going on, fam? Are we not doing this, huh? Because see, when we find ourselves in these spaces where we get into relationships and connections that didn't work out, and we find ourselves like doing all of these things that we doing all of these things that's kind of out of character in order to hold on to these connections, we kind of doing things in a way that's not serving our best purpose. It dims our light and it takes us into a whole nother energy, right? That's not really going to put us into alignment with what it is that we want out here. And so Spirit is really asking us and checking in at this point in time for us to be able to use discernment. It's king at this point in time, right? And so all of those particular animal totems that I gave to you, right? The cat energies, and I forgot about that whole cat energy, right? Because when these cats show up, they remind you about your independence, about claiming freedom and whatnot, right? So this Eight of Cups is definitely coming through in the most auspicious way, reminding you about the power that you have over your emotions and the way that you focus in your energy, right? And so this Eight of Cups is coming in, right? Really encouraging you, connecting with that cat energy, right? To claim your independence, no doubt about it, at the end of the day. And so with the peacock, with the wolf, and with the cat that's coming through, we go get this work out here, right? Because the peacock is reminding you about making sure that you shine in your light anyway, right? Making sure that you so connected to your star player. All of that other stuff that's going around you, it don't matter at the end of the day, right? Because the cat comes through reminding you about the freedom that you have in order to express yourself. Now we in Aquarius season where the sun is pointed at. This is our high time to be able to shine our light, our unique and individual way that we do it, right? Nobody does it like you, fam. And so the wolf is coming through, reminding us about this particular energy right here, right? This is about making sure that you take that knowledge and turn it into wisdom, because now that you understand how tainted folks get down at the end of the day, this ain't a time for you to be sulking and being all upset about how things didn't work out, how things didn't show up for you and everything. This is a time for you to really begin to gain control. Take the wheel out here in these particular streets and know who you are and stand in your power. Let me pull this Moonology deck out, no doubt about it. I'm sweating like heck up in here. I might have to open this window. Hold up. Because we go find out what this is all about out here. The Void of Course Moon is coming through. Spirit wants us to know that nothing will come of this situation. And so when this Void of Course Moon comes through, this is really encouraging us to not really put too much energy into the situations that's happening at this particular point. See, a lot of times things get illuminated, especially around these full moon times, right? Where we get an opportunity to see what's really going on out here in these particular streets. But we can't worry about it, right? Because we got work to do. We just get this understanding and we keep it moving, right? Because emotions are running high. And so this super moon energy is coming through. Now we sitting up here, like I told you, we got that Cancerian, that Mars in Cancer retrograde, right? That influence is definitely playing this role with this particular energy at this point in time, right? And so this this super moon is reminding us that emotions are running high, because this is absolutely what happens when we are dealing with that full moon energy and everything. And the way that these planetary alignments are, right? Because we got this moon that's trining up with that Chiron in Aries, right? That wounded healer energy, right? Which brings us all the way back to that Sekhmet energy that a lot of cats is picking up out here in these particular streets, right? And this full moon this full moon in Cancer is reminding us that conclusions with a personal issue, my bad, I got this card all twisted, hold up, that a personal issue is going to reach its resolution, right? And this is so auspicious right about now, family, because see what we doing with this particular energy. See, you got to remember that Leo is ruled by the sun. The sun illuminates, it shines light on a situation, right? And so this full moon in Cancer is really talking about some things that may have vexed us, some things that we might, it's going to be challenging, emotional, potentially and possibly, right? Or maybe not, hey, whatever, you know what I'm saying? But that personal issue is absolutely going to reach conclusion, right? Because we want to make sure that we in this space where we can close the chapter on shit that's no longer working for us, right? All situations that used to steal our peace and our joy. Now, the reason why I'm saying that it's a situation that gave us some emotional challenges, because we don't forget, we got this particular card that's up here in these streets, right? And so what Spirit is really reminding you is that at the very end of the day, once you found out just how tainted folks get down, right? Just about how folks really is feeling out here in these particular streets. Remember, the tax for being great is the hate, right? You got to still have faith in your dreams. And so this waxing crescent moon is just reminding you about how the divine is really making sure that you understand that rejection is protection. And sometimes when you're on your way to going somewhere that you need to be at, right, that's putting you directly in alignment with your assignment, you can't take everybody with you. And so Spirit is coming through, assisting you, giving you a high five, right, to allow you to be able to make that distinction between those particular individuals that's in your corner and those that ain't. So Spirit really wants you to be encouraged, right? And really begin making sure that you are taking these things as being blessings so that you can get the lessons, right? And where Spirit is really asking you to, and reminding you and checking in on, hold up, I'm trying to remind you, okay, on this particular situation right here, right? So the Lover's card is coming through, and I almost forgot about that. Be on the lookout too, because we got this auspicious energy that's coming through that's really going to support that love connection, right? Now we know about that Valentine's Day energy and everything, and the commercial fuckery that tells you to run out there and blow your money and everything. But really that energy is all about that heart space connection again. full moon in Leo, right? So we want to remember that, see, we still riding that cosmic wave on that full moon in Leo around that particular commercial holiday, right? And so this Lover's card that came in and being in reverse, I wanted you to be on the lookout. See, there's this demon. He goes by the name, it's a slewfoot energy, I call him, right? A demon. His name is Asmodeus, right? Oh, we go get this work out here in these particular streets, right? Because see, what they like to do is bring that discord and disharmony and everything, right? Having you all up in your feelings so that your personal issues, oh, if they reach a conclusion, it's a fiery one, no doubt, right? Because this is where you bring in that explosive type of vibration, where you going off on people, jumping off of your square. But Spirit wanted me to remind you and checking in with you, right? And assuring you, because that full moon being in Leo, and Leo is also connected to that lion. So when that lion shows up, he's reminding you about not coming down up off of your throne, about your nobility out here in these particular streets, right? And so this demon that'll come through and try to bring a whole lot of discord in your particular relationships, especially in your romantic connections and whatnot, right? Making you picking folks apart out here in these particular streets and everything. So I wanted to call this fool out right here, right? So that we can make sure that we check in and we know exactly who it is that we dealing with, right? So that we can be like, oh, no, slewfoot energy. We know who you are, fam, and we ain't doing this particular shit. So you look that particular demon up right there, because this is one that you want to keep your eyes open for. Because see, when we get into a space where somebody is triggering us out here, this is when they thrive, right? And so Spirit is really wanting us to get our hands up, right? And reminding us about making sure that we are showing some extra love, using this energy that the divine has definitely provided us with, right? To be in our highest vibration so that it'll be most beneficial, secure, and giving us more solid connections, right? Moving forward. And understanding at the end of the day that those connections that didn't fit, they weren't meant for the fit, right? This was all about you being able to get a lesson. This is why they call those karmic connections, right? Because they come along to teach you a lesson. You get that lesson, you move on, you move forward in power. The wolf moon, when the wolf shows up, the wolf reminds you about turning knowledge into wisdom, no doubt. And so I definitely wanted to make sure that I thank the 18. These are the ancestors, the ascended masters, the spiritual advisors, the angels, the archangels. They came through in a most auspicious way, having me check in with you on this Leo moon so that we can definitely make sure that we get the most benefit from this most beneficial energy out here in these particular streets. You make sure that you rise above this particular energy. You show some love, you shine some light out here, because we're going to learn some lessons out here. But I promise you, these things happen to us so that we can grow, so that we can get to where we need to be, and not they happen for us. My bad. It's happening for us so that we can get to where we need to be at, where we need to go. It is absolutely not happening to us. So please, let's make sure that we ain't in this space of feeling like folks and things and situations is happening to us, because I promise you, this is all happening for our highest and greatest good. Do not come down off of your throne. This is all we have to This is all I have to say for that. End the transmission right about now. I hope that helped you out and was most beneficial. Peace and light and love.